got a star on my car and one on my chest, a gun on my hip and the right to arrest. I'm the guy who's the boss on this highway, so watch out what you're doing when you're driving my way. If you break the law, you'll hear from me, I know. I'm working for the state, I'm the highway patrol.
Alright, so I got some progress done on the Monaco. I have painted or base coated the interior. There's the seats and the dash there. Just the base coat. I haven't detailed them yet. Probably do that later. Just sort of putting it in place so I can see what's going on with the trunk. I've got it hinged, and I've got the what do you call it? The bracing in there. And yes, you can see those big hinges there in the middle, but it didn't really work on the ends. It kept rubbing, so I had to put them towards the centre a bit more. But yeah, I will cover those up with police equipment anyway, so you won't really see them. But yeah, so I got that working fine. I've cut out the hole in the hood for the filters to stick through. What else we got? Onto the frame here, on the chassis we got, as I mentioned in the previous video, that exhaust system is moulded in and I want to have a twin exhaust, so what I decided to do was just replicate, get this out of the way, replicate the exhaust on the other side. Chris Cortell, Classic Plastic 101, had offered to give me the frame to the Dodge Monaco that he did, because he had the Goon car by AMT, which had the twin exhaust in it. But you know, I kind of figured that, you know, with shipping and everything from the States to Australia, it probably wouldn't have been worth it for me anyway. So thanks for that anyway, Chris. But I thought I'd give it a go and see if I can do it myself. So what I come up with is basically this. So I think that's a pretty close match, and that's pretty much just scratch built out of styrene and styrene tube. Some of it just stretched sprue, and some of it just like, you know, rod like that. So yeah, I'm happy with the way that turned out. That's going to be just fine for my use. I mean, normally I don't care that the exhaust and stuff is moulded in, but you know, when you want to modify something, it does make it difficult. But yeah, the other thing I did was I cut out the gas tank, because that was the gas tank there, and for one, I wanted a larger tank, because that's pretty puny, and police cars usually have a long-range fuel tank, and yeah, being a big 440, I think it's going to need a bigger one than that. So anyway, I've come up with this, which is freaking huge, but the main purpose of it was to house the battery for the lights, and basically that's the only way I'm going to be able to get to it, because in the trunk I'm going to have you know, lines, and I'm going to have the police equipment and stuff in there. So yeah, I decided to make this trunk removable. So my plan is to have with magnets, which is what I'm pretty much in the process of doing now. So it will sit in there, and it's a big tank. Probably a little bit too big, but like I said, I had to house the battery, so it was necessary to be that big. Well, at least with the 440 now, you know, what would you get? Maybe a couple hours of driving time out of it. Anyway, yeah, so that's where I am at the moment with that. This section here is part of the trunk, which will sit basically there, and that will be like a gun rack, and down the bottom here I'm going to have the equipment of like possibly the first aid kit, you know, fire extinguisher, the police tape, whatever else I can work out. Well, there's one of the guns or probably the only gun I'm going to put in the trunk, which I've painted up with the straps ready to put in there. And yeah, the reason there's all this crap all over this thing is I kind of goofed up. I got too excited and I stuck down some of this felt. Well, as you can see, that's black, and my interior is not black. So I kind of thought, what the heck are you doing, child? Got to go with a tan. Got to find some tan felt for this, so I have to strip it off and do it again. But yeah, that's where I am at the moment. I'll just keep working with the chassis here, and once I sort of put all that stuff together, I can paint this up and get working on the sanding down this body and get some primer and paint on it. Alright, catch us later.
Do you have any idea how fast you were going?